Stealth aircrafts, hypersonic missiles, camouflage tanks. These are technologies that you thought you'd only see in science fiction and action movies. But these advanced weapons have been designed specifically by countries to protect their interests in wars and to battle with their enemies. Over recent years, there's been some revolutionary advances in the technologies militaries are using, and they're amazing to watch. Let's take a look at some of the most advanced military tech in action. Number 10. Adaptive camouflage. The British defense company BAE Systems has developed the invisibility cloak with their adaptive camouflage system. This system uses lightweight hexagonal metallic pixels that change temperature very quickly to paint thermal images. This gives moving tanks the ability to be invisible or camouflaged by either depicting a certain image or mimicking their surroundings. According to Mike Sweeney, BAE head of external communications, the tank skin essentially becomes a big infrared TV. You can display anything you want on it, including a cow, while the rest of the vehicle blends into the background. A moving tank being disguised as a cow? I'm here for it. Look at these clips of the company testing the system. BAE's CV90120T Ghost is a tank that uses the adaptive technology so effectively that it earned the nickname Ghost. It features a high-caliber 120mm compact main cannon with new technology designed to reduce recoil and lower overall vehicle weight. It can even signal peaceful intent by flashing messages across its flank. Number 9. EM Railguns. Railguns use electromagnetic fields and powerful magnets to launch projectiles at hypersonic speeds. The railgun consists of a power source, conductive rails, and a movable bridge housing the projectile, which weighs around 40 pounds. Look as the railgun is loaded and the rails are fed with a substantial amount of energy from the generator to propel the projectile. The projectile bursts through its casing and travels several kilometers at Mach 7 speeds to destroy its target. At these speeds, the projectiles can travel as fast as 200 kilometers. The hypersonic speeds allow the projectile to penetrate several barriers, as seen here. While the US is still deliberating on the future of its EM Railgun project, it was reported that the Chinese Navy plans to release its own version of the EM Railgun on Navy vessels as early as 2025. Number 8. Precision-guided firearms. PGFs are designed to improve the accuracy of shooting at targets at extended ranges through target tracking, heads-up display, and advanced fire control. They're basically rifles with lock technology installed into the firing system. You tag the target and a red dot will appear on the target on your heads-up display. The PGF tracks your target intended impact point despite your gun or target movement. The tracking optic is electronically connected to your guided trigger. Once the calculated firing solution is aligned with the tag, the optic is sent to the trigger and the shot is released. If you think this is the ultimate solution to eliminate marksman error, then look at this self-steering bullet developed by the US military. Look at the comparison of an expert shooter and a first-time user using this technology on a moving target. In both cases, the bullet course corrects itself mid-air to meet the target. It's basically aimbot in real life. They should use this type of technology to ensure you impress your date at the carnival fair. Number 7. Intercontinental ballistic missiles. An intercontinental ballistic missile is a guided ballistic missile with a minimum range of 5,500 kilometers, just over 3,400 miles, primarily designed for nuclear weapons delivery. In earlier times, these ICBMs were more suitable against very large targets due to their limited precision, but more recent designs have improved accuracy to a point where even the smallest targets can be successfully attacked. The Soviets' R-36 ICBM was considered to be the world's heaviest and most powerful ICBM due to its high speed and extremely high throw weight. The missile is equipped with liquid rocket engines and is stored in a tubular launch container. Upon launch, the missile is shot out of the container and the main engine is ignited tens of thousands of meters above ground. It looks extremely cool to watch. Number 6. Javelin missile. The Javelin missile is an incredibly effective, man-portable anti-tank missile system that may give you some Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 nostalgia. It's also a very expensive piece of arms, with a single missile costing about $80,000. The Javelin's command launch unit has a sophisticated infrared sensor with multiple viewing modes, including 4x optical zoom, a 4x green-lit thermal view, and a 12x narrow vision zoom activated for targeting. Once this unit is loaded, it can be fired from a crouch or even a seated position. The firer aims at the target, locks the infrared seeker, and then pulls the trigger. The Javelin missile is ejected with relatively little backblast. It shoots forward horizontally for a second before the motor ignites and the Javelin climbs up to 150 meters into the air. By gaining altitude instead of firing straight at the target, the missile benefits from extra gravitational energy. And it also hits targets like tanks and buildings from above, where their armor or fortifications are weakest. It can also take a direct attack mode for hitting targets through windows and other obstacles. Using this weapon is arguably much easier than actual javelin throwing Olympic events, though nobody would probably want to lug that extra 50 pounds. Number 5. Hybrid Insect Micro-Electromechanical Systems. If you thought mosquitoes and gnats were nuisances, then wait till you hear about this Cybug. In 2015, DARPA solicited real insects for surveillance. They implanted electronics in their pupa to allow for their remote control after metamorphosis as flapping wing hybrid insect cyborgs in the Hybrid Insect Micro-Electromechanical Systems program. As you can see here, the Cybug moves around when it's subjected to stimuli given by the controller. The program has since been shut down, but it seems that a team from the Department of Mechanical Engineering at the University of Washington has taken it a step further and created the world's first untethered flapping wing aerial robot. The RoboFly was revealed at the International Conference on Robotics and Automation in Brisbane, Australia in May 2018. The robot can hover using power beamed to it by an infrared laser invisible to the eye. But don't worry yet about them spying on you. The RoboFly was not funded by the U.S. Defense Department, so it will first be used for civilian applications, such as detecting gas leaks, crop surveys, and other feats that need a much smaller version of the drone. Then the military will probably get their hands on it, but these technologies take the whole being a fly on the wall saying to another level. Number 4. B-2 Bomber. From a RoboFly on the wall to one of the most feared flyers in the world, the B-2 Bomber is one of the 3 strategic heavy bombers in the U.S. Air Force, the only one that carries nuclear gravity bombs. It was created to infiltrate the Soviet air defense network, but its purpose has expanded to include conventional precision attacks. Defense contractor Northrop Grumman released some rare footage of the B-2 Bomber in 2015. In February 2018, the B-2 celebrated 20 years of its deployment, but it continues to be one of the most unstoppable stealth bombers in the world. It can carry and drop as much as 16 2,400-pound nuclear bombs, has a max speed of 630 miles per hour, and has a max range of 6,900 miles on a single tank, but can stay in the air indefinitely due to in-air refueling. Its sleek structure gives it a high structural efficiency, low drag, and helps it to generate more lift than other fixed-wing aircraft. So I think it's safe to say that this aircraft is the bomb. Number 3. Anti-Missile Flare Countermeasures. These flares are aerial infrared countermeasures used by aircrafts to counter heat-seeking missiles. In other words, the flares are released in an attempt to decoy locked-on missiles that are following its heat signature. The aircraft would then pull away at a sharp angle from the flare and reduce engine power in an attempt to cool its thermal signature. These flares are also dubbed angel wing flares because, you guessed it, the flare pattern looks just like the wings of an angel. It's actually a pretty beautiful display. Look here as the Lockheed C-130 aircraft releases its angel wing flare. However, it looks like these aircrafts might be on the verge of losing their angel wings. Despite the usefulness of these flare countermeasures, it seems that the fluctuating demand from the U.S. Defense Department and some safety incidents at the manufacturer's facilities could be putting the future of these flare systems in jeopardy in favor of alternative anti-missile countermeasures. Number 2. F-22 Raptor. The Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor is a 5th generation single-seat twin-engine all-weather stealth tactical fighter aircraft developed for the United States Air Force. It employs modern avionics and efficient engines which make it a superior airfighter unmatched by any other modern military. It's designed to dominate the air rapidly and at great distances. The F-22 Raptor possesses a sophisticated sensor suite which allows its pilot to track, identify, and destroy air-to-air threats before being detected. Its engines produce more thrust than any other fighter engine, and its sleek aerodynamic design allows it to cruise at supersonic speeds. The F-22 is so hardcore that it doesn't even need to land to be refueled. As seen here, it can receive fuel mid-air during flight from another aircraft via a probe and drogue system. So this is one Raptor that won't soon go extinct. Now, before I reveal what I think is the coolest piece of military tech in action, here's an honorable mention. The XM-25 Counter Defilade Target Engagement. It's an individually fired semi-automatic soldier portable grenade launching weapon system. Nicknamed the Punisher, this system gives soldiers the ability to engage targets quickly and accurately. The aim point is adjusted based on range, environmental factors, and user inputs. The fire control integrates thermal capabilities with direct view optics, laser rangefinder, compass, fuse setter, ballistic computer, and an internal display. Despite being deemed as a great enhancement to soldiers' arsenals, the US Army officially pulled the plug on the XM-25 system in 2018 after years of delays, cost increases, and some malfunctions. What a punishment for the Punisher. Number 1. Laser Weapon Systems. It's now time to get laser focused. And by that, I mean it's time to focus on lasers. That's right, just when you thought things like death rays were just something from science fiction, here it is being used to destroy enemy targets in real life. Armed forces across the world have been developing Navy laser weapons to use in combat. One advantage is that this system is so fast, targets wouldn't even get a warning in time. Laser weapons are also extremely accurate and controllable. You can set just how much damage you want to see. Watch this US Navy laser weapon in action.
Service here, what's the
There are even plans to arm aircrafts with laser weapons in the near future. Lasers attached to fighter jets, cargo planes, and even drones will attack targets on the ground and in the air at the speed of light, making it almost impossible for the targets to evade. Despite the fact these laser weapons are considered difficult to develop, the US Air Force is aiming to start testing its first airborne laser weapons by 2021. It seems that they are boldly going where no man has gone before. So, which of these advanced technologies impressed you the most? Are there any others you think I should have included? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.